Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We're going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but before we do the usual disclaimers. First off, you are going to see the link to the article we're going over. Oh, actually, rewind. I'm not awake, folks. I'm not even remotely awake. In the description box, you're going to see the link to the article that the JRC does not want you to read. Written by NeuroClastic in 2021. NeuroClastic is a non-for-profit started for autistics by autistics. It is an article in which they surveyed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the quote-unquote treatment program at the Judge Rotenberg Center, over which the said Judge Rotenberg Center has threatened a defamation lawsuit. Because we be petty on this channel, please read that article and spread it around and make it viral. We also have their public statement, NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the threat. And down at the very bottom of the description box, we have a link to their GoFundMe, just in case the JRC decides to see through with their threat, so we can assist with legal fees. If you don't have anything, please still share on all social media, okay? They only bring in $10,000 a year in revenue, folks. They're a small non-for-profit. Please, for the love of God, send help, all right? We also have the other pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory Change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. Folks, when we talk about the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children, folks, please use your headphones, all right? Okay, and folks, it is 5:14 a.m. in the morning. This is my later day, but I'm not awake. Not even close. Nada. Zilch. Dead. So, if I stumble over my words this morning, apologies in advance, alright? So we're going to go where we left off the other day. We're going to keep it short because my cat, if I don't take care of that litter box, here within the next 15 minutes, is going to lodge a protest. So, let's get going, alright? There is no evidence that JRC considers the potential negative effects such as depression or anxiety that may result from the use of the aversive behavioral strategies with certain individual students. Several students from NYSED came to JRC with diagnoses of post-traumatic stress disorder, yet their behavior programs call for skin shock. Skin shock has a potential to increase the symptoms associated with PTSD, yet there is no evidence of data measuring those possible side effects or therapies designed to treat their symptoms. Infers that there are negative effects of GED, including increase of PTSD symptoms. Oh my fucking God, are you really going to tell me that your treatment program does not make PTSD worse? I gotta take my comment to you folks. I have a feeling there's going to be a rant from hell coming out of my ass. This statement is completely false and based on pure speculation. How in the name of fuck is that based on speculation, JRC? It's based off of fucking common sense. When you have people coming in with PTSD from being fucking abused, and you abuse them more, and you're telling me that's not going to make it worse? Fuck me. The review team fails to mention seeing any evidence of students suffering an increase in PTSD symptoms caused by skin shock. This is a baseless statement designed to cause harm to the JRC treatment program. What crack are you on, JRC? It's basic common fucking sense. You have someone coming in from post-traumatic stress disorder, and your idea is to strap them to a device, deprive them of food, and deprive them of sleep. And you don't think on a basic fucking level this is not going to make PTSD worse? Well, what's your proof? Logic! is my proof. Okay? I have suffered from severe PTSD for at least almost 2 good decades now. I guarantee you, JRC, your program would make it 100 times worse than what it already is. Before any student receives adversives at JRC, he or she is examined by a psychiatrist to determine whether any psychiatric contradictions to use of adversives with the student. You mean the psychiatrists you pay? You mean the psychiatrist at JRC? JRC does any outside doctors. Outside doctors. I'm not even talking in the little town of Canton. I'm talking, does any fucking outside doctors not in your pocket agree with this? Because I gotta tell you, most of the doctors in my area would stare at them in rage, okay? JRC has 3 consulting psychiatrists who examine the students upon admission and follow the students during their enrollment at the JRC. And there it is. There it is, folks. They're in the JRC's pocket. So basically, they report whatever the fuck the JRC tells them to report. Okay? Please spare me your bullshit. It's like watching Dr. Hughes on the stand all fucking over again. JRC's consulting psychiatrists look for any psychiatric condition that requires a change in treatment or additional treatment. Yeah, I'm just supposed to buy that. You're paying them, JRC. You are fucking paying them. They are housed in your program. That is not it's biased as fuck, JRC. It's dubious as hell. And if people can't see that, I don't know what to fucking tell you. JRC psychiatrists have examined hundreds of students receiving skin shock treatment and have never found that skin shock caused a decrease in PTSD symptoms. Gee, I fucking wonder why. Maybe because they're getting paid not to see it. To anybody who's seen Uniform Assembly, it's clear as fucking day. The review team never told JRC that they were concerned about PTSD and never asked JRC for information about this. Again, when we're getting sent in there, JRC, the time for talking is over. They don't want to hear your lies. They don't want to hear your excuses. And they sure as hell don't want to see your forged paperwork. When we are called in to do unannounced visits, your time for talking and providing information is done. It's done. We've gone to rest resort now. When an unexpected visit, when these things are scheduled, that's when every single other avenue has already been exhausted. We're last resort. We're the people who come in when your hand's been caught in the cookie jar and your answers are just not fucking good enough. But we gotta have proof of what you're doing is wrong. So we're not gonna tell you about it. We're not gonna let you give excuses. We're not gonna sit there and listen to you lie and talk into insanity and gaslight us. No, we don't give a shit what you have to say anymore by the time we are doing these types of visits. We want to hear from the victims of your fucking hellhole. We want to observe what you're doing to them with our own eyes. We're done talking. Okay? Get that through your fucking skull. The primary diagnosis and area of greatest concern to students admitted to JRC is their untreatable and very dangerous behavior disorders. Here we go again. Remember, folks, I'm so fucking psychotic that I might just randomly out of nowhere just start gouging people's eyes out, crushing them into jelly right in front of them, and take a piece of bread, I don't know, out of nowhere, straight out of my ass and putting it on toast. Yeah, it's garbage, folks. And they know it is. Typically, these students are engaging in life-threatening forms of aggression and health-dangerous behaviors in all other forms of treatment. But they're going to tell you about, like, the token 3 cases. The token 3. And then use that as a justification for the torture that they have committed against these kids. And now they're gonna, potent medications, behavioral support, psychotherapy have failed to successfully to treat behavior disorders. Remember, not all the parents have actually put their kids through all this shit, okay? A lot of these parents, because they prey on poor areas of people of color that don't have access to the same level of help as those in my area, for example. It's one of the biggest things I've railed upon being an advocate for years, the lack of access to people in poorer neighborhoods to proper treatment. Yeah. Almost every student admitted to JRC is admitted with multiple diagnoses, including intermittent explosive disorder, conduct disorder, MR. You remember JRC that MR was supposed to be removed as a medical diagnosis in the DSM-5 in 2006. You were under the DSM-4, yes? It is intellectual disability, and you wonder why I think you all were assholes. Psychosis, obsessive compulsive disorder, PTSD, depression, schizophrenia. But most of their immediate needs is effective treatment that will stop their aggressive, dangerous, destructive, and otherwise disruptive behaviors in order to keep them safe and allow them to get an education. You don't keep them safe! Torture is not going to make them safe. What is wrong with you people? Them living in that hellhole is the most complete opposite of fucking safe I can possibly think of. It is the complete opposite of safe. What you do to those kids is 1,000 fucking times worse than being on medication. And I'm talking about this as a person that was on medication who had a lot of issues with it. Okay? You cannot fucking show me that Andre McCollum's video and tell me those kids are safe. They're not safe. Starving students is not safe. Denying them the right to breakfast because behaviors is not safe. You're not safe, JRC. You are a torture facility. That's all you are. We're not human beings to you. We're not even dogs. Do not feed me your bullshit. Moving on. There are no negative side effects to the GED to consider. Really? Tell that to Andre McCollums. Tell that to all the DESE reports that reported from medical documents 3rd-degree burns, shot nerves, areas where feeling has been completely removed from the student. Let's not talk about the PTSD that, like, if they didn't come in with PTSD, they sure as hell got it now. They sure as hell got it now. Oh my God. Okay. Students respond to the GED with a decrease in restraint and an increase in education gains, social development, positive family, peer interactions, and even smiling. Yeah, because you make them smile. Remember, folks, Jennifer Masumba told us the consequences of what would happen if she didn't smile. Sorry, folks, there's a bug on my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and close out and handle this bug, over which I obviously have a phobia. And we'll get into this sentence a little next time, all right? We don't get very many views on this channel, especially on this subject. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit that like button, hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time this morning. As always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.